Welcome YouTubers, it's Pilot Wannabe here, and this is my third flight in VATSIM, second on VATSIM with Canadian Express Airlines. So here we go, we're going to do intersection takeoff from Ottawa Gatineau Airport, runway 09. There's no wind, 6,000 feet of runway, don't need it all. Here we go. Okay, trim set. Down. Let's check our lights, make sure they're right. Our taxi lights on, nav, probe, beacon. That should have been on before, actually. A little cold outside. Pitot heat. And we want to make sure we're measuring unit 2.8. There's nobody on. I don't expect to hear anything happening. And I have to step out the aircraft. Alright, so now we're on mode C. And also, we're going to be flying on a heading of 080 from the YBOR. So over to be about it. And same here. That should do it. And look up the VOR en route. Okay, here we go. Alright, we're going to rotate it about 55 knots. I think we're there. Okay, bring the flaps up. Lower the nose so we can accelerate to about 80. And we're going to 5 feet to okay. Alright, let's lower the nose a little bit. Back off the power slightly. Alright. Could try to maintain 80 knots in the climb. And let's try to fly this manual-like. Let's have a quick look around. Alright, looking good. Weather's pretty clear. Should be no icing. Did a little weather flight planning this time. Last time around, I got bit en route by some cold, wet clouds. Okay, let's turn to intercept en route. Needle here, and we're going to turn to 80 degrees when that needle evens out. Alright, in the meantime we're going to fly 20 degrees offset. Okay, so everything seems stable. So the reason I'm flying this stock aircraft
Papa Tango Delta traffic Piper November 01908 Zulu is 10 miles southwest inbound visual runway 6.
I didn't catch the airport for that transmission. All right, we have our VOR track coming in. Don't want to turn to We're about 20 miles from the VOR, so the needle shouldn't be too sensitive at all. Oh, we were slowing down. Should lower the nose, let her speed up. Flying and talking is can be difficult at times. All right, should trim her out for that. Trim, the poor man's autopilot. All right, I'm going to keep her at about 80 knots. We're at 2,500 feet. Pretty soon we might have to start leaning out, but not till after the climb is done, I think. Although I can hear the engine starting to lose power slightly. Alright, this flight is IFR, so we can go in the clouds if necessary. Might go in a little Brit there on folks. Alright. Coming up on 3,000 feet. Okay. Climbing nicely. That needle is coming in ever so slowly. It's good. So I'm going to fly our manual till we get to cruising altitude, and then we'll put it on the autopilot. And then we'll look up the info for our to intercept the Mirabel VOR, which is just north of Montreal. Alright, the needle's coming in. I'm going to start my turn.
Kilo Papa Tango Delta, traffic, Piper November 019 Zulu is 6 miles southwest, inbound, visual, runway 6.
I think they're referring in that radio transmission to an airport south of the border. I heard the airport's prefix start with a 6. I mean an S for Sierra. Sierra something traffic. So that's south of the border, which isn't all that far from here. And we're on Unicom, which is a common frequency. Okay. That needle's coming in ever so slightly, but I'm almost on 080 heading. You can hear that engine starting to labor. I'm going to back off the mixture a little bit. Maybe that wasn't a good idea. We are 100 pounds below max takeoff weight, and this thing struggles to get to altitude. You would think in the cold, dense air would be okay, unless we're picking up icing of some sort. Okay, we are not climbing anymore. I don't know why this plane is so hard to climb. Alright. I'm going to take her down. I'm going to let her come down. Unless there's some sort of icing going on that isn't modeled. Or graphically modeled anyway. Alright, so I'm going to take her down to 3,000 feet.
Kilo Tango traffic, November 019 3 miles west, visual, runway.
Alright. I thought that was 3,000. Alright, a little yo-yo flying there. Let's bring the descent back off the power a little bit. Got 500 feet to go. And it'll accelerate for us. And we're almost OR very nicely. 25 nautical miles out. I would have thought we would. Okay, 0. That's what we want. There we go. Okay. Let's back off the power a little bit more. We're coming up on 3,000 feet. Okay. Tower. What the heck was that? That. Alright, so I want light switch. Okay, so we're holding steady at 3,000 feet. We're on course. We're going to see about turning the lights off in here.
Kilo Papa Tango Delta traffic Piper November 019 Zulu is 1 mile southwest
really dark.
inbound visual runway 6.
Okay. All right, so I think we're nice and stable on course, and we're supposed to be 0. So let's go for nav. Should only adjust very slightly. It is a perfectionist. And there it is. Come back around. Okay. So I'm flying FSX in Steam Edition, which has a nice little feature. You can bring up a browser while you're surfing. I mean, flight simming. You can surf while you're simming. And let's go to skyvector.com. And this was my previous flight. And the aircraft, everything was running pretty stable. So now I'm prepared to go for real on VATSIM and try to recording. Everything seems to be working these days. Okay, this is basically my
Kilo Papa Tango Delta
flight
traffic
plan.
Piper November 019 Zulu is cleared of the runway.
Okay. And where is, let's just go to YMX here. There it is. And so we're on a 080 heading. It's a 083, but there's a low altitude airway. And from where I took off in Ottawa Gatineau to get right on that airway was a 080 heading from the YOW VOR, which is this one, but it's behind us, so I didn't really include it, but I'm flying it. All right, so we'll get back on the VOR here, and we need a frequency of 116.7 and afterward a 083 heading. All right. I forgot what I just said. 116.7. All right. So out to 116.7. Leave that by, and or we could also. Does this work? 16.7, and we put that in our VOR, and we can track that to 083. It's only a very slight difference. So that's 085. Let's say that's 083. It's almost no difference at all. All right. So we're holding steady, about 10, 17 over the ground, and let's bring it up a little. Bring our power up a little bit, 95% power, thereabouts. Okay. So I think we've tracked outbound from the YOW VOR long. We're going to the YMX, the Mirabel. The further away you get, the more inaccurate. Up to 1 mile variation for 60 miles out. So it's like a 1 degree error rate. Okay. gone back to a fold here, but it's just straight normal. Okay. So back 80 if I recall. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. 8. So there is a difference. And then make sure. Yeah, it looks good. All right, done. And keep an eye on that needle until we track it in. And the autopilot's going to hold us at 3,000 feet. And to a proper intercept, we should do it right in a few degrees, so it doesn't happen in slow motion. It's like the river is off to our right. We're in no man's land, barely any lights. Oh, a little bit of civilization there. All right, and VOR has come in. I think we're holding them very much. Now that we're on the Mirabel, our DME is telling us that 28.7 is out and it's counting down, so we're closing in on that, as opposed to before the numbers were increasing as we were flying away from the YOW VOR, the Ottawa VOR. Okay, and we're showing a difference on the Mirabel one. This is after we fly over top. We want to turn 3 degrees to get on a proper track for the Trois-Rivières airport. That is our destination. Forgot to mention that. Wow, we have some weather. It's kind of psychedelic. I hope that's not going to ice us up. I hear the engine starting to die already. Not good. Not good. Check the weather before we left. Actually, this is how I check the weather. I went on Sky Vector, and it was in the green before we left. When I say in the green, I mean when you hover over to give the weather. So for Ottawa, oh look, it says it's snowing now. I guess I should have looked at the forecast. And over here, it's snow as well. Well, this might be a short flight, unless I can keep the engine power up. It's 18 Fahrenheit. What is that in Celsius? I think that might be 0 degrees Celsius, which is freezing. So maybe if I take her down to 2 feet, warm up slightly. Oh, we'd slowed down before. Yes. Icing might be a problem. And the only ice protection on this aircraft is the pitot heat, which is the heater for the little dude that we can't see right now. It's usually right up here that protrudes. Okay, we're at full power, and we're only at not good. Slightly. More. Maybe that'll be enough to thaw out our issue, whatever that is. Otherwise, it could be a short flight. I should go for an alternate airport. What is this one? 3400 runway. Where is it from us? It's on a bearing of 183. It's in the south. Okay. How far is it? And it is coming. All right. So, all right. Bearing 186, 10 miles. All right, we'll have to go on that. Autopilot off. I should have left it on. Hold. No, we're dying. Okay. This is not good. Doesn't take long to get into trouble with icing. No! I think I have crash detection turned off. And look, it's nice and warm down here. All right. Still, yeah. All right, we're going to have to end this. And rest. What are we doing? Are we on a mountainside? We're backsliding? What is this? No! I'm going to have to fly somewhere sunny. This is not good. I hate flying this crappy little Cessna. It doesn't have the toys like ice protection, powerful engine, get above the weather. All those things are nice and handy to have. Oh well. I don't know if I'm going to publish this. This is pretty bad. I don't want to make Canadian Express look bad. I don't make myself look bad, but I don't want to deny reality either. All right. Oh well. Maybe this could be an example to others as to how fast you can get in trouble in icing. 10 miles from an airport, and there's just no way to make it. Maybe at the earliest sign, I could have glided there, possibly. But we were down in like 5 minutes after the first bit of trouble. So that is how quick you can get into trouble with icing. Close up at this guy. Let's see how smug he looks. Mr. Goatee with a stash that I don't have. All right. Let this be a lesson to you simmers out there. Check the weather forecast, not just the current weather. And with that, Pilot Wannabe still wants to be a pilot. Apparently, I got some more training to do. What a waste of a VATSIM excursion. Oh well. Bye for now.